All right, guys. Dude, this is insane, man. This has got to be hopefully the worst for 2025. It's sad because we just came out of what the company Marvel Contest of Champions sees as a successful banquet event. A lot of players were participating. A lot of money was put into the game from the players, and I would call that a successful. As a player, I don't call it as too successful because as a player, it didn't really benefit me. You had to spend 12 or at least over $10,000 to be able to get something out of it, majority out of it, or a lot out of it. Really, the banquet. I spent a couple of $100s and I got the most I could get out of it for me. And all that investment, all that time in the last 4 weeks, where's it at? The game is at the worst. We got visuals that are buggy like heck. We have the game that's choppy. You're trying to do some challenges. You're trying to do the deathless challenges. I've seen the game where it's blown out. There's images of you can't even see the screen. The game is not playable in certain situations. You're playing Battlegrounds. You get kicked out consistently. The AI is interacting differently. There's so much broken in the game at the moment. They came out with a update saying they're fixing all these bugs. The relic bug is still there when it comes to the prestige. Everything that was supposed to be fixed is not fixed. Other things ended up breaking. If you tell me at any other company, because this is what it is. Yes, the face of this, and you may call this a video game, and you may watch this, and you're like, dude, I see this as a game, and it's a game. It's a lot more than a game for a lot of us. We go in there, we consume this every single day, and we spend hours. We spend 5 hours, 10 hours a day consuming this, and then we invest our time, we invest our money into it, and yet we're presented with something that's a 7 out of 10 when it comes to performance, when it comes to expectations of how it's supposed to be played. It's crazy, dude. It's nothing new. It's nothing like I'm sitting here and in shock that this is happening to us. Today's official, still January 13th, Monday. If you were awake during this time, you would have noticed you were kicked completely from your alliance. If you are participating in the alliance, your resources when it comes to your units, your stash of items were completely wiped out. That should be shocking for those players. I know this is not going to happen, and this was a one-time thing, but how is that even a thing? How did that even get passed globally to all parts of the world? Because it affected, we have in our alliance, Relax, we have people from every part of the world. It affected them. So it's a world globally thing that is just dropped. Imagine spending hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars in the last 4 weeks, having to it just go wiped. That's the scary part, and that's the realistic thing. You should be concerned. You should be extremely frustrated and upset at Kabam for even having that temporary thing. How do I need to be screenshotting every single time I get a unit so I can keep a record of how many units I have, how many resources I have, how many champions I have, how many things I have in inventory? I trust in the system that is this video game, Marvel Contest of Champions, to be working, because it has been working. And yes, it failed once, but it shouldn't fail at all, especially when they get funded by millions of dollars in a 2-week period. That is not considering what they make over a monthly basis, a quarterly basis. In a 2-week period, millions of dollars were spent. And yes, maybe not all of it goes straight to Kabam, but who do we seek for help? Why is this game broken so much? Why? This is crazy. Is there some one person that's in charge of making sure these things are set in stone, these preventives are put in place? And why are they not doing a good job? This is insane. And then on top of that, today, not only do you get kicked out of the alliance, your resources are gone, the sigil is not there. And I'm going to show you, if you go to the store, the sigil thingy's not there available for you to buy stuff. The arenas is not playable with your express mode, which is what you paid for, which is one of the biggest reasons I pick up this sigil. It's, I don't want to say the only, but it's one of the biggest reasons. It just makes life a lot easier. I can't do that. Am I going to get, I mean, I can't ask for compensation on my units for that, because you can say, well, the arenas are still there. Technically, you can still do them. It's just going to take a long time. It's just frustrating, man. It's frustrating because I see this Marvel Contest of Champions as more than just a game. It's a passion. It's something that I do consistently all the time, and it's constantly broken. It's so broken all the time, and right now it's at its worst. And on top of it being at its worst, this is what drives me to make this video. The raid potions. The changes to the raid potions. Now, they're not taking the amount of potions apparently away. What they're doing is, instead of you coming into raids prepared, they don't want you to do that. They want you to have one single potion as you go into the raid for the week. Now, my ideas here are that they wanted this. They had an idea of how they wanted raids to work. We as players were savvy enough, figure out ways to make it easier for us. And we've been doing that. And we figured out little, not maybe loopholes, but little ways with what you build to make it easier, funner for the players. But yet you're going to go and say, no, that is not what the purpose of raids were. You were supposed to play it this way, and we're going to change it to force you to play it this way, how we wanted you to play it. Dude, and then it's just that. Like, because that is literally all we know. It's not like, hey, we're going to force you to play it this way because you're going to have a lot more fun this way. What about the fun that I'm having the way it is right now? Why take that away? Oh my gosh, dude, I don't understand. Like, sometimes I feel bad because guess what? Here's the thing. I can't say they don't understand players, because why? They have Karate Mike, a current player, active player, and player that's been playing this game for years, as part of the community manager, part of the community team. They have Dave. I wouldn't call him a current player because he kind of left the game and he's been doing other things, but he came back and he kind of understands, but I wouldn't say he's an active player. But he knows the game and he knows the frustrations and he knows what players like to play, and he knows, and he comes from a background of Marvel Contest of Champions. So I can't say that they don't understand us. They have in a specific role 2 people that know this game, that can say, hey guys, to whoever's in charge, not a good move. Yet they don't listen. They don't listen. And I can't say that they're. I remember a while back ago. Kabam Mike. I'm gonna take you way back. Comments were said, hey, that Kabam Mike's always vouching for the players. They're always expressing stuff for the players. To whom? We never know. We never knew. I still don't know to whom it was that he was consistently saying, no, fix this for them, do this for them, do that for them. And I got a feeling that that's still the same situation. Whomever they keep, this person that's in charge, that chooses to take away these potions and says, no, raids was supposed to be played this way. This is how we were going to force them to play it. And makes these calls and these decisions. Why? Why? It's so frustrating, guys. Like I said, I'm at a point. I'm not gonna stop playing. I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna stop playing. But it took today, specifically today, on a Monday. It took a lot of effort for me to join AQ, for me to play my AQ, for me to open up the game today. It was really frustrating. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like us going to the forums, expressing our voice in the forums, expressing our voice in the Reddit, expressing our voice in Discord. What is that gonna do? It's gonna do nothing, dude. It's not gonna change. It hasn't changed. This thing has been going. It breaks consistently. And it's not that I'm like, oh, I'm done with the game. I'm fed up. Hey, Max, maybe it's time to go. No, you shouldn't accept to play a broken game, especially if you invest hundreds of dollars in a weekly basis, in a monthly basis over the last 6 months. You spent so much money. Why do you accept? Why do I accept? Why do we accept a broken game? I wish we can just go to the head honcho, the person that's in charge, and say, what are you doing to make sure this doesn't happen again? What are you implementing now that you did not implement for the last 8 updates, 12 updates, every time the game crashed? What are you implementing now? Out of the millions that you made in the last couple of weeks, how much are you going to keep and how much are you going to put that back into the video game to make sure things like these don't happen? Dude, guys, this is crazy, man. I really have no words of like, why does this always happen? Why does this always happen? Dude, I don't know, guys. Let me know how you feel in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are on as well. This is dumb, dude. This is dumb. Potions being changed, bugs, issues not being fixed. What are we waiting on? Why does it have to wait weeks? Are these things that can't be fixed overnight? Do we not have the manpower? Like, you can't tell me you just made millions of dollars, any company, and you don't have the staffing. And if you don't, that is the responsibility of the top personnel, the management, the owners of the ones making the calls. Do we need to reach out to them? Everything is public. So is that what it requires? Like a letter petition asking for a playable, workable game? I don't know, man. It's definitely frustrating though. Well, guys, take care. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, okay? Peace.